So we've heard how it was as it happened on the coach, in the pub before, on the coach on the way home from Kevin. I mean, it was a sigh of relief because that game was dog shit. But we will take dog shit when there's 3 points attached to it. Kev, sunstroke, how you feeling, mate? You better 24 hours after that?
Can you tell I've caught the sun? Because everyone else seems to think I can. I was in that fucking sun for 90 minutes watching that shit yesterday, and the best part of the game was me getting a fucking suntan, I think.
I'm here in a fucking devil's Halloween costume, mate. You know what's going on? Fucking how ready he is.
Yeah, I've been using the old Love Island sunbeds, I think.
I say that I caught it today. I'm fucking roasted, mate.
But
I caught it yesterday.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, it was an hard watching the sun. But like I said, I'll probably come away from that game sort of realizing now that when you're down there, and like everyone else, I ain't used to being down there. It really is, no matter how you play, you just got to fucking win. And that was something I learned yesterday because, yeah, it was a hard watch. It wasn't the performance I thought we was going to put out there. But I knew it weren't going to be an easy game at the same time. So, yeah, very lucky and very fortunate to win because it had a kind of a ball draw written all over it. So to come out there with 3 points, especially with West Ham winning, was fucking massive. So, yeah, a good day all in all. And just happy to got home with the 3 points.
What time did you get home?
I got back to Cheshunt about 9:30, so
it wasn't too bad.
No, I mean, I went. We've gone back to Cheshunt, then we went up with the Red Cow, and me being me wanted to carry fucking on and get on it. But the guy I was with was just like, you know, I had a late one last weekend. I'm keeping the missus sweet. I'm going to go home early. So I was like, well, I'll go home early. But I'm glad he said that because I woke up this morning and I had a football match to do with the kids. Then I had 8 fence panels to put up in the back garden. So I'm glad. I'm glad I fell asleep at 9:45 and woke up fresh. So heavy day, but well worth it.
So no putting a doink on it.
No putting a doink on it last night. I mean, I was tempted to with not winning since December in the league, but no doinks last night. Just home, bed, waking up in the night, pissing 6 times, drinking loads of water, taking loads of ibuprofen, and getting ready for today. So
I nearly texted you, because I was like, I was gonna try and rope you in there for a longer. And to be fair, it sounds like I would have got you, but I was out in Ware, and I was out. I was out the missus, took the missus out for a bit of dinner, and then went out for a drink afterwards. But in my head, I was like, I reckon you'll come back to Ware.
Yeah. Do you know what? There was a plan to have a few drinks in Cheshunt. I knew my mate was going to go home, but my football lot were out in Ware. But I knew if I went to Ware, I wouldn't get home till 5 a.m.
Did they win a trophy? You're saying your football lot?
The first team won the league. Got promoted.
Okay.
So my team is still in the hunt for promotion. So one team.
There was a team in the pub I was in, and they were walking around with a replica Champions League trophy. And I was like, I knew they weren't fucking Arsenal fans. So
no,
you know what I mean?
They were my team. They just got promoted.
It was like someone you knew, like one of the football teams you knew.
No, but I'm glad I didn't because I would have gone back and probably stayed out till midnight. But yeah, I woke up fresh. I still went and watched the game back. Probably don't want to from what I remember of yesterday. So yeah, just happy. It's one of the games you just kind of want to scratch off and forget about, but you've won. So let's just move on to the next one and hopefully play better in the next one because we'll need to.
Yeah, where would you have stayed at till 5 o'clock? In where? What's open there?
Kev knows places, mate. He ran up someone's kitchen.
I know places, I know houses, and I know kitchens. But one of them ones where you come out in the morning at 7 o'clock and the birds are chirping, and you're thinking, "Fuck me, I'm going to get in the ear hole when I get in." But all good decisions were made yesterday, so it was just a nice day of just absolutely getting on the alcohol and drinking from 8 a.m. till 9 p.m. So, but I was at the point last night where really physically I couldn't drink anymore. I mean, I put away a lot yesterday, and but yeah, an early night, TJ's trick of water and ibuprofen before bed, and I was perfect today. So all good weekend.
Quick one, TJ, was you happy? Happy with it? Oh, obviously got to be happy with the 3 points.
Yeah, you know, I watched it live as well, dodgy stream and all that. But the first half, I think it tells you when Match of the Day show the highlights, and they basically don't show any of the first half. It just shows you what sort of game you were watching. They literally skipped through the first few minutes of the first half. And yeah, listen, at the end, like Kev's right. At the end of the day, I thought we started really well. But that lack of a goal scorer is just evident, isn't it? Like, we just haven't got anyone who can put the ball in the net. And I think that showed in the first 20 minutes because we dominated possession for 20 minutes and just couldn't get a fucking goal. But yeah, listen, at the end of the day, how can you not be happy? We haven't won a fucking game since December. So to come away with 3 points, I had the Everton game, West Ham Everton game going on as well. So when they fucking scored Everton in like the 88th minute or whatever it was, I was like cheering like it was us. And
it's like last day of the season, wasn't it?
You know what I mean? Well, do you know what? You know what, boys? Quickly, sorry, that was strange yesterday being in that crowd. And you know when obviously we've never been in this situation, but when you watch it on telly and you see people remember with the old radios, or now you obviously got phones, and you're hearing little cheers in little sections. That was something that I experienced yesterday when Everton equalised, and then the disappointment of West Ham losing. One people were cheering, and you went, "What are they cheering about?" And then fucking everyone's getting the ump because they've heard them Wolves are cheering because West Ham have scored. I mean, like it was a fucking weird experience, and it's experience I don't want to fucking go through again after this year. It was strange.
No, not at all. And well, Matt, you know, in between taking Enfield Town on Championship Manager and TikTok by Storm, mate, what did you think? Would you take over and do a good job?
I couldn't take over and do a job on that shit, mate. The players don't listen, mate. They don't listen, mate. Enfield Town, it's in the blood. Do you know what I mean? They fight for the badge. No, do you know what, Lowly? I will take a 1-0, scrappy 1-0 all day now, yeah? I feel the most important thing in that game was just to get the win. It's been so much pressure and tension if we're going to go into a game and win. We just needed to get that win. And you saw what it meant to the manager, what De Zerbi. You see what it meant to the players after the game. Do you know what I mean? Going over to the crowd. You can see it give them something. Well, I fucking hope it gives them something. I don't want to go to Villa Park next week and get beat 5-0 because we're back to square one. But you know what? When you play football, a win, do you know what I mean? Like the players probably walk into that training ground tomorrow completely different to how they walked in Friday. Do you know what I mean? They walk in with a bit of a spring in their step, a bit of confidence, you know? And it gives us fans a bit of belief because I tell you now, if West Ham would have won yesterday and we drew and we are 4 points behind West Ham going into next week's fixtures, there's no belief whatsoever in this fan base. We're done. We're out.
We're in it now. 7 o'clock next weekend. Bank holiday Sunday, 7 o'clock. Weird time, but we got Villa. We'll come on to that later. But as we won our first league win in 2026, which is mad. It's April the 26th, and we're talking about our first league win. It's only right that we get on some good friends of the show. You know, one has been on a couple of times, and now we're very, very happy to have his brother with us. Very honoured to have them both in it. It's Jamie and Tommy Bradley, the Bradley brothers. How you doing, lads? You all right?
How's it going, boys? We're all right? Yeah, all good, boys. Nice to see you.
How you feeling? 3 points? Are we staying up? What we doing? Come on, tell us. Give us some hope.
It's on a razor edge, isn't it? It's on a razor edge, but it's like what the boy said. As long as we're getting points, as long as we're getting 3 points, it don't matter really. Every game's a smash and grab, isn't it?
Massively now. I mean, looking at the injuries we had with Xavi, Simmons, and Solanke, I mean, can we go into the Villa game with any confidence after that 1-0 win?
I think you got, ain't you? Really, a win's a win. We ain't won in how long? So the fact that we did actually get the ball in the back of the net is always a positive. But we just got to continue it now, haven't we?
Yeah, that's it. The big game is that one next week, and hopefully West Ham away at Brentford can drop points, and then we can come out of it. I think we get out of Villa, we stay up. I definitely do think that, even if it's a point. But no, lovely to have you back on, lads. And Jamie, we've had you on a couple of times, mate, and it's a big month for you next month, 30th of May at the Electric Ballroom. Cracking place. I know the place very, very well. Been there for a few wrestling shows, actually, but boxing.
Not for boxing, though. It's got to be the cheesy night, surely. The cheesy night.
This is. Oh, I've been to a cheesy night in the ballroom as well, but this is a proper night. Boxing at the ballroom, mate. How are you feeling about it? Are you excited?
Yeah, I'm well excited. So I signed with a new management. I'm with Warren Boxing Management now, and this is my first fight under that banner. So there's been a lot going behind the scenes the past sort of few weeks and it's been quite stressful, to be honest with you. But now we've got a date in set. I'm coming into my third week of camping now. We're in the flow of everything. It's all good and it's all exciting.
Yeah, how did it come about joining Warren Boxing Management?
Well, I was coming up to the end of my contract with my previous manager anyway. That was up in September, and then the other, I think it was, so it would have been, I think it would have been a couple of weeks into March. My manager announced his retirement from boxing. He's been doing it for about 15 years.
Wow.
So yeah, I was basically a free agent in that, and it just gave me an opportunity to see what's about and see what's out there, which was good. To be fair, we had some positive meetings, and we got some exciting things in the pipeline.
Because how do they, when you join up to a group like you are now, do they sort of plan out what would be 3-5 fight sort of timeline about where they want you to be after 1 fight, 2 fight, 3 fights?
Yeah, absolutely. It's you got your goals, you got your short-term goals in that, and obviously the goals you want to reach are title shots, whether it's Southern Area or like the new Commonwealth Silvers or whatever. So we just navigated a path how we're going to go head into that direction, and we don't really want to fuck about. Really, we want to get there pretty lively, So yeah, we had a couple of positive meetings, and we drew up a plan about what works and everything, and yeah, it was a good meeting, and yeah, we got the contract signed.
And are you happy with where things have gone up to now? I know last time we spoke, you were really in fight mode and whatnot. Still happy with your progress and where you think you're going to go over the next year or so?
Yeah, definitely. I had a tough fight in October, and I had a nice sort of break over the Christmas period, and that had a good reset. And yeah, just literally itching and ready to steam into the new year now with all the new sights in the horizon and that. So the direction still, we're still on a really good trajectory. So we just got to take it 1 fight at a time to get there.
How's the fight camp been so far?
It's been good, to be fair. It's been so we're 2 weeks in at the minute. We're just starting the 3rd week. Been training hard, sparring hard, and that. Been training in with actually. Well, I'm working under Tony Pill for this fight, and he works alongside Don Charles, who's another Spurs supporter.
Right.
So like Daniel Dubois been a regular face in the gym, so it's nice being around that sort of caliber of fighters. A lot of lads that I grew up boxing with are in that stable as well, so there's a good healthy competition there and competitiveness between us all. So yeah, it's really good.
So it makes you think, as I say, when you're around those, Daniel Dubois, got a massive fight, May the 9th against Fabio Wardley, and that. When you're in that kind of company, everyone just wants to show the best, right? Because you're all just there looking to be at the very top.
Absolutely, and with the boys that are obviously sort of my sort of weight and that, where we're all training with each other, it's there's a real competitiveness to it, but not sort of like in an egotistical way. It's just like it benefits all each other, whether it's hitting a bag harder or faster or whatever it is. So you're getting the extra margins out of yourself, the extra percentages by that having that competition around you.
Brilliant. And do you know you're fighting on the 30th?
Yeah, we got a lad called Carl Sampson. So it's a good fight to sort of get me into the Warren banner. So it'd be over 6 rounds. So yeah, it'd be a good fight.
Have you seen a lot about him, or do you know a lot about him?
He's boxed. I think he's boxed one of my pals in that. So he's a tough lad. I think he's from Sheffield. He boxed one of my pals. So yeah, I know what I'm in for. I know what I'm up against. So yeah.
Do you, and just like when you are in these fights, it's new start with a new management, like, do you watch fights against your opponent? Like, do you get any tapes of that just to sort of be aware of what he might be able to bring to the table?
Yeah, it's all on YouTube nowadays. So it's all just like, it's so easy to search up and see your fight. And even with other boys in your division and that, boys who are Southern Area champion, Commonwealth champion, who's in the rankings, who you could be up against in the near future. So it's always best to have your eye on these sort of things, because you don't know when the opportunities come where you might have to fight them.
And what's his record? Do you know his record, James?
I don't know. I don't know his record off the top of my head.
No, fair enough. But it's a big old night 30th of May, Electric Ballroom. Tickets are available. I know. Where's best to grab tickets? JB?
Just
Is it
DM me
online?
on Facebook, Instagram. Just drop me a message. There's a link in my Instagram bio which has like bank transfer details, and I'll post them out to you. So if you want to pay online like that, just go ahead, do that. But that link will shut 2 weeks before the fight, so you've only got a short amount of time to buy it through that sort of way. But yeah, I mean, I think I've only got the Everton game. I won't be at the Leeds game, but last game of the season I'll be there running about tickets. So that's everyone's last opportunity to get tickets is the Everton game.
Which is that's a bank holiday, isn't it? 24th. So you're the following Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh mate, well, fingers crossed, because I know we all want to be there, so I know that's something that we're going to grab. But yeah, mate, good luck at it all, and obviously, really honoured to have your brother on here as well. Tommy, how you doing, mate? You all right?
Yeah, doing well, thank you, mate. Just keep myself busy. It's been crazy it's been more crazy this time in the summer, but I've been enjoying it. It's been back a couple of months, but I don't know, it's gone so quickly. I feel like I was out in South Africa like last week. So
Tommy keeps popping up everywhere on my socials now. I see him everywhere this season. Honestly,
Yeah,
literally everywhere.
I'm trying to keep my face out there, trying to keep posting, and yeah, you'll probably be sick of me soon.
Oh, mate, it's all good. I like it.
Yeah.
How did you find this one? Because I thought, obviously watched you in the summer. I thought you were great on that. This time you were in it, right to the up to the end, weren't you? You was up till right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I made it a couple of days off the final, so yeah.
How was it different for you? How's the whole experience? Because obviously everyone who was in this one, they'd all been through it before, some on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, no, this one, do you know what? I enjoyed it way more than the first time. I think there was a better group of people in there. I got on better with more of the people, just clicked better, but at the same time, I found it harder. I think going into All Stars, I knew it was going to be a lot of older people. I knew I was probably going to be youngest in there again. And it was, I think the youngest girl was Sammy or Jess. They were 26. I'm 22. So the youngest girl's 4 years older than me. There were some girls in there like 30, 31, 32, 33. So like it was hard when you're trying to chat to them. Like, oh, you're 11 years younger than them. Like I don't know, it was just so difficult. But I'm surprised I was in there that long, to be honest. Like considering I never really had a connection in there. But yeah, no, it was just overall I preferred it to the first time. But yeah, it was a little bit harder.
How long did you know before you went in that they wanted you back for this series?
I think they called me in October, one of the casting producers. But after the summer series, like every couple of weeks, I'd always get a call from one of them. They just check in. I think for like welfare reasons, that they just want to check in.
That's good.
Yeah, so like they used to call me quite a lot, and then one of the casting producers called me in like September, October maybe. And she was just checking in. She was like, just seeing how you've been, like how's life been like after the villa, what's been happening. And it was pretty much like a catch-up phone call. Then she was like, and what's your dating life like? You seeing anyone at the moment? And I was like, nah, Joe, what? Not really seeing anyone. Like I said, Joe, I've never really been in a relationship. I'm used to it, but I'm just enjoying myself. Then she was like, well, that brings me to the reason of my call. We're casting for Love Island. So it was almost like trying to catch me out a little bit, see if I was seeing anyone.
See where you go.
But yeah, and then she said, we're casting. Was this something you'd be interested in? I said, yeah, definitely. And then literally a couple of weeks later, I went in and had a meeting with the execs at the ITV office in White City. And then they basically have to go there. You're in a room, the execs with a big camera in your face. And you basically, like, they ask you loads of questions. What would you do differently? Who would you like to see in there? Loads of little things like that. And then and then I spoke to them, and then a few weeks went by. I got booked in for my medical. I had to do like blood tests, STD tests, all of that.
Oh, wow.
And then
Right.
He failed all of them.
Yeah. But yeah, done all of that. And then before you know it, they said make sure you're free on the 4th of December. It's the filming day where we film our introduction videos. So I went to Holborn Studio on the 4th of December, and it was all very secretive. You're not allowed to tell anyone. And there was obviously other islanders there as well. So they kept you tucked away in rooms. You're not allowed to move.
You all got code names and all, didn't you?
Yeah, we were given code names to take on Radio 3. And yeah, then that day I remember walking into the room and it was a big set. And yeah, it's where I filmed my intro. My name's Tommy, I'm 22 from Potter's Bar, like all of that. And then after that, it was really real. So yeah, I'd say from the start of December, that's when I sort of knew I was going on after I'd done that introduction film.
Well, yeah, because then it obviously started in January. But how is it when you're in there then? Because obviously we see an hour a night. You know, a lot of it is like couples talking to one another or having a chat with somebody else. You know, on a day-to-day basis, was there a lot of downtime? Everyone gets on. Instead, you know, because obviously for the TV, we see a lot more the juicy, the arguments and that. But how was it on a regular day-by-day basis?
It was quite chilled. There was a lot of downtime. It sounds really ungrateful. I don't mean in an ungrateful way, but it did get quite boring sometimes because you have no phone, you have no entertainment, you're not allowed books, you're not allowed any games.
Tom,
only thing you can do.
I've got a quick question for you. As you're on that subject, I say to my missus all the time when I'm watching it, she seems to think that you don't know the time in there. And I said to her, they must know the time of day in there. Do you know the time of day or what sort of time it is? Do you have a clock in there?
No, you don't know the time at all.
Wow.
How do you live not knowing the time? That's mental.
I know. We sort of try and work it out because we're in holding. So I flew out to South Africa on the 4th of January. And then I knew the sunset I knew was around 8 o'clock. I knew by 9 o'clock it was dark. So like, we can sort of work it out. Right, we're having dinner at sunset. It must be about 8 o'clock. And then we reckon we used to come out like 10:30 on the All Stars one. The Mjölk one was a lot later because it didn't get dark till like 10:30ish. So we wouldn't come out to start the night till like 11 o'clock, 11:30.
She'll be giving me a "I told you so" after this. Soon as she comes down the stairs after this, she's gonna. I fucking told you, didn't I? You didn't know.
You literally don't know anything. You literally eat when they say eat. You sleep when they say sleep. Like you wake up when the lights come on. Like you literally don't know anything.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Boys, Lee and Kev, you're used to nearly 50, mate. You can't be tuning into Love Island.
I love it. Been a while.
When there's a Spurs boy in it, mate, he's representing, mate. He's representing. We're going to watch it. But I did say to Tommy the other day when I bumped into him the first time in the pub, and my missus always says it about Tommy. My missus has watched them all since the start, and she said to me that Tommy literally is the most genuine bloke that she's ever seen on that show, and the biggest compliment that she can give is because obviously we got a little girl, and she said when my daughter grows up, if she can find a fella like Tommy, she went, as parents would be happy about it. And I said that to Tommy in the thing, and I said he's just looking at me like, you know, Kev, yeah, thanks, mate. But I literally think he's a lovely, most genuine bloke that I've ever
met. Like already. Like he's only been on here 5 minutes. He's trying to fucking.
No, I'm just saying, mate. I know the top geezer when I see one.
You know.
I'm a nice two boys, you know. I'm all right too.
Exactly. Yeah. Let me get both. Yeah.
What I will ask Tom is my missus wants to know: are you free on a Sunday because she wants to cook you a roast dinner? You and Jamie to come around for a roast dinner.
I haven't even had an invite yet.
He don't eat a roast dinner.
You don't eat a roast dinner?
No, I don't mind it. But I never really. When do we ever sit down and have a Sunday roast?
Well, there you go, Tommy. Jay, get round him, and Mrs. Roast potatoes are banging.
I'll take the invite. I'll bite your hand off for it.
What's a man got to do is get cut potatoes around here? Jesus.
Thing is, when she said, "Can you ask them?" I said, "Sure." I said, "I've got Matt, Lee, and TJ on there. I've known them for 20 odd years. They haven't got one invite for a roast dinner. And you want to get Tommy and Jamie around? It's like, what are you doing?"
Say that, Kev. I've known you for years. Been around you so many times. I haven't even been offered a glass of water.
Can I ask you a question, Tom, about it all? Like, do you get limited alcohol as well? Is that a thing? Like, they don't let you drink too much alcohol in it.
Yeah, you're only allowed some maximum 2 glasses of wine a night, but some nights you only get 1. So you get they sort of ask you before the night starts. They say, do you want red wine, white wine, or rosé? So you have the choice of the 3. You can't have a beer or nothing. It's only them 3 drinks or nothing. And yeah, so I'd always go for the red wine because it was the strongest. You've got to be tactical with it. So have a small dinner and have your couple of glasses and you feel a bit pissed. But yeah, no, you're only allowed 2 glasses. But a couple of nights, I had like a third glass because say like a couple of days, like one of the boys has spilt their drink, and I'll be like, oh, we spilt our drink, and they'll top us both up. And like, there was one night where I actually felt really pissed. And I was like, I've got to be careful because I'm being recorded. Like, I remember one night, I was with Curtis on the sun deck, and I think I had like I don't know how I managed it, but I think I had like 3.5 glasses of wine, and I didn't really have dinner, so I felt steaming. And me and Curtis were on the sun deck, and we were with a girl called Cher, American girl, and then Belle as well. And we were just chatting away, and we're so steaming. Like, I'm just chatting away to Belle, and me and Belle started proper flirting with each other to the point where the producers had to call me out and be like, "Where's all this coming from? Like, this makes no sense to the storyline. Are you interested in Belle? Like, this is like, you weren't expecting it." I had to do like a little interview about Belle and the V-shot. And then the next morning I woke up and they said, "So what's the plan? You gonna make Belle like a bit of breakfast?" And then I woke up, like, I was like, nah.
Just pissed on the red wine.
And even they made me and Belle have a chat the morning after, and we both were just laughing because it was so unserious, and we knew we had a couple of glasses of wine. But,
so is that the case then? Is there producers in the house a lot then that come and bring you over and talk to you? Does that happen quite often?
Yeah, so basically there's always one producer you don't see all of them, you only see the Villa producers. There's only 3 Villa producers. So one's usually in the morning, one's usually afternoon, one's at night. So you only ever see one of them at a time, and they're always pretty much by the front door.
Right.
So what might happen, say if I don't know, say I'm talking to someone, they might go, "Tommy, to beach up one, please." And then I have to get up in the big tannoy in the garden, and I'll have to get up and go inside. And the producer might be at the front saying, "Come outside, we'll have a catch up. Oh, what's going through your mind? How are you feeling? What do you think of so and so? What's your plans? A kiss on the cards." You always say, "You think the kiss is on the cards today?" All of that, trying to egg you on. But yeah, it's a little bit unnatural, but at the end of the day, it's a TV show. It's not people always come up to me saying, is it fake? Is it staged? Is it scripted? I'm like, no, it's not. Like, they're my words. Like, I talk to who I want to talk to, but producers, they do try and egg you on to do stuff. Like, I think you should kiss her now. I think it'll be good. Like, yeah, do this.
You know, that's what they do. And like, have you kept in touch with everyone? Is there a group chat? Like, everyone talk to one another still?
I'm not in a group chat, but I keep in touch with a few of them still. Yeah, all the American boys are back in the US now, so I haven't really heard from them as much. But I did take them down Spurs. What game was that?
It was
Champions League. Yeah, Atletico. Yeah, second leg.
Not a bad game, to be fair. At least
do you know what? Yeah, it was a good game, wasn't it? So it took them all down, which was quite.
We jumped off the train, and all like these American Love Islands, they're waiting on the Love Lane, and on the estate on the Love Lane.
Yeah, on the corner.
And they're all dressed up like superstars and that, and all the kids around there are all looking at them going, "What did they say?
What's that?"
They were like, "You lot are all famous, ain't you?" And everyone just stuck out like a sore thumb. And then I was just taking them up, took them up to the Bill Nick and that, and I was like, "This is Northumberland Park Estate. That's Love Lane Estate. Over there's Broadwater Farm." Showing them all the sites.
Yeah, don't go over there, lads. Don't go over there.
I remember when we took them to a Spurs shop, and they picked out a couple of bits, and then they were like, "We want to get a video with our new shirts and that. Our new jerseys," they called it. And they were like, "Let's get a video." And all 3 of them went 3, 2, 1, "Go Spurs!"
Go Tottenham.
Tom, did you know any Spurs scores in there? Like, even when you done your video with him, did you have to throw in like where Tottenham was in the league or anything? Because that would be eating away at me in there.
So I didn't know anything. Literally, you don't have no knowledge in the outside world. So when I remember in the summer, literally had zero knowledge. I remember Harrison coming as a bombshell, and every time a bombshell will come in, we'll be like, "Oh, like what's happening in the football world? What is happening?" I remember Harrison coming in the summer, and he was like, he mentioned I think it was at the time Diogo Jota died in the car crash, and we're all like, "What?" We couldn't believe it. All of them did. Obviously, we didn't know like anything, and then we were chatting about football and stuff, and I was like, "Any news about Tottenham?" And he was like, "Nah, not really." And he goes, "Oh, Andrew's been sacked and Frank's your manager." And I was like, "No." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Andrew's been sacked and this was while I was in the Villa." And then obviously in All Stars, Frank got sacked. Yeah. So every time I go to the Villa, we get a new manager.
Don't go back in there, because we like De Zerbi.
I know. Yeah, I won't go back in.
But Jamie, you weren't allowed to throw nothing in on your video call with him. About Spurs or
You know
nothing?
what? It happened. I think I could have because we were speaking about things, but the video call was so quick because it was only like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I think that would have been the first question I asked if I was in. I'd be like, how's Spurs getting on? Like, fuck,
I know,
everyone else. How's Spurs
Well,
getting
he
on?
spent the first 5 minutes telling him he missed me, and I thought, oh, we got to get you out of here, boy. You be telling me you love me next. Fucking hell.
I remember I was a proper mess because I remember that day. I think so. That was a Wednesday, and the final was on the Monday. So I was only like 5 days off the final. I was in the weakest couple in there. I mentally checked out like 2 weeks before, and I remember waking up. The girl I was with, Jessie, slept downstairs the night before. I remember waking up and thinking, I've had enough. I'm gonna go home today. Like I tried so hard the whole time not to quit. And I was like, I'm not going to quit. But it got to the point where I was like, 5 days off the final, and I thought, I'm never making the final because I'm in the weakest couple. I said, I've had enough, like, I'm going to leave. And I remember speaking to the producer that Wednesday morning, and I was with the producer outside, and I was just saying, I've had enough now, I'm leaving today. I've made my decision, I'm leaving. And then she was like, don't make any rash decisions. Like, I said, no, like, I've been thinking about this for weeks, and I finally made my, like, she said, speak to the boys first, speak to maybe Harrison, Yeaman. I said, right, I'll speak to the boys. After that, I'm going to talk to Jessie, and then I'm going to come back out and we'll sort up a plan how I'm going to leave. I'll get everyone around the fire pit and I'll tell everyone I'm leaving, which wouldn't really make sense because then if I left 5 days for the final, then Jessie, the girl I was with, would have been single with 5 days left, which means she probably would have been dumped because it wouldn't have made sense for TV. So I was telling the boys, none of it got aired. And then while I'm having a chat with the boys, the girls got a text saying that they're going out shopping to get bits and bobs for a date tonight with the boys. So I was thinking, oh, great, I've not spoke to Jessie since yesterday. And now they're all going out. It's going to be the most awkward date ever. I remember thinking, I can't leave now because all the girls are out. So while the girls are out, I was really deflated. And then I got the text saying video calls from home. So I went from like rock bottom, like wanted to quit, to then, oh my God, I didn't know who I was going to talk to because everyone was saying on All Stars, it's probably not going to be family. It's going to be friends from other series. So I was thinking it's going to be one of my friends from the summer series. So then when I sat down, I thought there's a small chance it could be Jamie or Mum. I didn't think it would be both of them. And then when I sat down, and they got me in straight away. I think Scott went first. They thought, fuck, we'll get Tommy in there straight away. And then I sat down and you come up and I was just so shocked to see you both. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? And obviously you said, like, I explained what happened. You were like, look, you come across so well. You've not got long left. Just enjoy yourself. Like, Jessie's a nice girl. Just give it a chance. And that sort of gave me like a kick up the arse. I was like, let me just enjoy these last few days. And then Jessie come back. By the time she'd come back, I was in a lot more positive mood. We had a good little day. And then funny enough, the public voted, we got dumped that night. But I was going to quit that day. And the fact I went from like wanting to quit on like a really low to like managing to speak to Jamie and Mum and leaving on a really high. Like I was so happy to leave. Like if you ever watched the clip back where I got dumped,
you're buzzing.
I had a massive smile on my face. When they read the text, told me you've been dumped, I had a massive grin on my face. I was so happy to get out there. But yeah, it was a mad old journey though.
So Tom, you and Jess are not together, yeah? Like you're not together. What about you, Jamie? Have you been slid in Jessie's inbox? And that's because you was in that video call saying she's fit, man. She's fit.
No, mate, nothing like that. Nothing like that. No, I don't deal with that sort of attention, so I'll just keep it boxing related only.
Sorry, speaking about that, obviously, Tom, I've seen you some pictures.
You don't want to be your son-in-law, for fuck's sake.
I've seen some pictures with you with some boxing gloves on recently. Are you training or stepping into Jamie's world a bit and want to do a bit of that or not?
I've just done a bit of training just to get fit, really. I've always been into like lifting weights and stuff, but I've never really been like proper fit. Like, so I'm just sort of, I've started going on runs. I've started like prioritize my health a bit more. Boxing training's so hard, like it's so intense. Like, I feel like you can be fit, you can be running fit, but to be boxing fit is so like elite. So like, I've been down Finchley a couple of times. I've done a bit with Danny Oliver on Thursday, so I'm going to see him again this week. So yeah, no plans of getting involved properly, but at the minute, just for my fitness, really.
Yeah, what's he like to skipping,
like the misfits and all that? That's like a thing, innit? For that sort of world, I think. Once you start on like what they call it, like reality TV side, you start then getting put into all these other scenarios. I think where they like all these other shows, and I think Misfits boxing tends to pick up a lot.
Massive,
of that.
Innit?
Yeah,
so,
Yeah,
Yeah, you've been to a couple of them, haven't you? So
yeah,
and you've seen where it's all
but you do like, it's just the quality of the Misfits boxing is so bad
Shit,
like,
innit?
compared to what
Yeah,
we
yeah.
used to. Like, it is
That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was going to say, Jamie. Like, what do you think of that? Because obviously, it does big business. Misfits. There's no getting around it. I mean, I saw the other day. What's his name? One of the Fury brothers who was in Love Island. He's fighting against the big bloke, Eddie Hall.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but they do business as a pro. Who is dedicated to the sport. How do you find that stuff?
I don't know. A lot of boxers say they see the positives in it. I don't really see any positives in it. I see the positives in it for him because if he can nick a fortune from it, then happy days. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But from someone in my position, where like to earn £1 note out of it is the graft is ridiculous. Like you're not just focusing on the training side. You got to sell yourself. You got to sell your own tickets, promote your own fights, and all that. It's people don't. I don't think it's hard. Like when I went from going to amateurs a pro, I didn't go in naively. I knew how hard the pro game is, but until you're in that world, you have no idea how hard it is. You can go in there going, I know it's going to be difficult. I know, but until you're in it, you don't realise how hard it is to manage everything. But I mean, if Tommy can nick a few grand out of it, then I'll say do it all day long because you've got to. As long as I get 10%, you know what I mean?
Like what you were saying there, Jamie, about on the last game, the Everton game, you'll be selling some tickets. How hard is that part of it? Because that's it's hard to do that. To keep flogging as you're training.
Yeah, no, it is. It ain't easy, but I mean, I love seeing everyone at Spurs anyway. So if I weren't selling tickets down there, I'd be down there anyway. You know what I mean? It's not like I only go down there to sell tickets. But the hardest thing about it is like obviously I've got to make weight and everything. So then you're walking past burger stalls and then Tottenham in the concourse. There's just like restaurants everywhere, so you can't get away from the smell of food. And that's my biggest thing. Really, that's the hardest thing about it. And then going home on an empty stomach is just that's brutal. That's what I find really difficult. But I love seeing everyone and talking about the boxing with everyone, and it's a good opportunity for me to just speak about like get the fight and talking about the fight and that. But yeah, it's a bit of running about to do, and don't get me wrong, it could be. I mean, if there was an easier way to do it, it'd make my life a bit easier. But it's just part of the job, isn't it?
Yeah, they're cool. I know. Do you go? I think Tommy, you were saying. Do you both go to Finchley Boxing Club?
Well, I boxed at Finchley as an amateur, but you've been doing a bit down there, haven't you? Training down there.
Yeah, I've only been to the one-off session here and there, but yeah, you boxed out there for like 13 years, didn't you?
Like 15 years.
I live literally around the corner from it. It's in Barnet, right? I'm right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's I see it every day. Yeah, I'm literally it's like one road from mine.
Yeah, go on, get yourself around there. They need a body to smash up.
That's what I say. I'll put myself. Yeah.
It'd be like Butterbean coming in.
Fucking Bam Bam Bigelow. Bam Bam Bigelow coming in.
Get all the tattoos on my head. Bloody hell.
Tommy, I've just got a quick question for you from my boy. He's upstairs and he's pinging my phone to ask her. He's 14.
Yeah.
He wants to know, what product do you use in your Barnet? Because he wants it.
I've actually done a couple of hair routines on my TikTok of how I do it, because I've done my hair way differently compared to the summer series. But I've gone for more like a relaxed, wet look. I either like wet my hair and use the sea salt spray and make it look a bit like
he's got that sea salt stuff upstairs. I think he wants to know particulars. I might have to get onto Jamie or get onto you and.
I've gone for the short back and side ears, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Tommy, what have I got to buy, mate? Just tell me what I need to buy, mate. Honestly.
Just to finish up, lads. I'll ask you. Villa away, big game, as I said, next Sunday night. Jamie, Tommy, what are you thinking? What are we going to get out of it?
I don't even know what I'm thinking.
Such a tough game.
I don't know. I'm very much dealing with it in the moment at the minute. I'll try not to let it stress me out during the week, but I don't really know what I'm thinking of it. I've never would have thought coming off the year we had last year, although like the league weren't great and that, But the buzz we all came out of at the end of the season, we'd be in this position a year later, you know.
Never.
It's
Crazy.
I reckon, yeah, if we're going to win it, it'll be like, I don't know. I can't see us. I don't know. Saying that Kinski looked quite good.
I like Kinski, yeah.
Oh,
He does a great save towards the end of the game. But I don't know, maybe a 1-0, 2-1, maybe. I don't know if we'll keep a clean sheet. But...
It's a tough stadium, though, isn't it?
Very.
It's a bit apart.
Yeah,
I mean, the only thing we've got going for us is they've got a big semi-final either side of it against Forest, which, you know, you can only hope is where their heads are going to lie, because it looks like the top 5 of the Champions League, where they are pretty much so now. Although they lost to Fulham, they're pretty much there. I think Chelsea won't be able to catch them. But I mean, Matt, what was you thinking, Matt? Do you think we're going to get sat at Villa?
You know, I was, mate. It's why I heard Jamie and Tommy talk there, mate. Listen, there's a lot of things that need to go away this week for our people to us to get a good result at Villa Park, and that we need Forest to beat Villa on Thursday night at City Ground. So then Villa think, actually, we can't afford this. We're going to have to rest players. And Liverpool playing Brighton before we play Villa. So Brighton are in 6th and Villa in 5th. So if Liverpool beat Brighton, they'll be 8 points clear or something like that, but with a game in hand. So we need Liverpool to win, and we need a tight game with Forest and that. And I think Villa will rest players against us on Sunday.
Oh, Matt, he's done his own work there, boy.
Yeah, he's done that. That's a lot of permutations. Bloody hell. TJ, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I think the semi-finals go for us. I think if they were out of that competition, I don't care what anyone says. Like, I know he came out recently saying, you know, the Premier League's the priority and all that, but when you're that close to winning a European, any trophy, but a European trophy especially, something Villa haven't done for decades, I think it was longer than us, actually. I think 82 was actually the last time they won one. So I think that is a bit of a saving grace for us. I think if this fixture came any other time, I think they'd hammer us. I still think it's going to be tough. I don't think we've had the best performances at all, even in that win just gone. But hopefully that's give us a bit more encouragement, and a few of the players step up to the plate again. I'm hoping we nick something, but I'll be honest. Regardless of other results, if we got a draw, the draw's a good result up there at the way things are at the moment.
Massively. And Kev, finally, you mate, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm the same. I mean, like I said, with the Wolves game the other day, I mean, it was really shit to watch. But it is just about winning. And however you get that, I mean, we're hearing Simmons is got a fucking really bad injury now, so you can count him out. Solanke went off as well, so it's these little things that are just going against us. But on with TJ, if you can nick a point, then obviously Leeds the week after is a massive one. If you would have said to me like take 7 points out of these next 3, including Wolves, I'd be happy with that. You know, I feel West Ham will slip at some point as well, so it's just about capitalising on it. But yeah, it's really one of them. It's a tough game that. I'm not so in the boat of them taking it easy a bit because of what they're in. I'm still at a point where everybody wants to beat Tottenham. Everybody wants to play us, and everyone wants to fucking relegate us, and just for the story side of it. So that's where I don't think teams would drop off against us. So I think we are literally up against it in every game in terms of the relegation thing that's hanging above our heads. But teams do want to beat us, and they do want to be the ones that relegate us. So it's hard. But yeah, if we can nick a point up the league, I'd be more than happy. Yeah,
I think, as I say, especially if West Ham don't get anything at Brentford, who have got a great home record. So fingers crossed it all. But lads, it's been a joy. Jamie, Tommy, thanks so much for coming on, spending your Sunday night with us. Love to have you on again. Jamie, all the very best, mate. We will see you obviously at the Spurs, but we'll see you at the Electric Ballroom. And anyone, obviously, don't forget, just DM Jamie Bradley to get involved. What's your handle again, Jamie, if you want to get a ticket?
Jamie.Bradley00. So all the information for tickets is all on my page anyway. So just drop us a message or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I get a lot of people. I get a lot of people coming through the Instagram through me sometimes, asking me about Jamie's tickets, and sometimes people go to me. Jamie's older me 5 or 6 tickets for his fight, and I'm having one of them, and I'm really looking forward to it. So if that's the way you've got to do it, and you need me to put you on to Jamie in any way, then we can do it that way as well. So yeah, I can't wait, Jay. I mean, this football season needs to finish, and I can't wait for your boxing fight at the end of the month, because I think it's the only good thing that's going to happen in May. The only thing I'll probably enjoy fucking watching in terms of it. So I can't wait, Jay, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you box again, mate.
Nice one, boys. I really appreciate it, mate.
Yeah, all the best.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week after the bank holiday, hopefully with another positive result, hopefully 3 points. But whatever happens, we'll be here. Enjoy it if you can, and stay positive. We'll see you next week. Come on, you Spurs.